Now student, after the discussion about the basic concept, here we are talking about the new derivation about drift velocity or drift speed, which is noted by Vd. So here we will prove the definition and derivation for the drift velocity of an electron. So for that I am drawing a conductor. It is a solid conductor, and this is the positive terminal and this is our negative terminal. Got it? Having cross section area A here also, and the length between them is L, and as we know that here we are talking about the drift velocity, so we will write the potential difference, after which supposed to be the potential difference between these terminal, first is positive and other is negative, the potential difference is supposed to be V. So for this we are talking about the drift velocity, and as we know that positive and negative terminals are here supposed to be X and Y, so the direction of electric field from X to Y and the direction of motion of electron is from Y to X, as we know that about the heating effect of electric current. As you know the concept of heating effect of electric current, heating effect of electric current, so the similar way we are talking about the drift velocity. So you have to understand first about the heating effect of electric current, how on applying the external electric field the electron will move from first means Y terminal to X terminal, and we know that when the electron will flow from Y terminal to X terminal, supposed to be, once again I am drawing the diagram. So this is our Y, this is our X. When the electron is moving from this side to this side, the electron will not move continuously from this negative plate to the positive plate, means it will not follow a straight path. Why it is? Because in their path there are many positive ions, means the ions, other ions and atoms are present because we have a conductor, and the electron is moving because here we applied some external electric field having potential difference V. When the electron will move from this negative plate to positive plate, their motion will not continuous, it will strike the other atoms and ions which are coming in their path, and at every collision it will change their direction of motion. Randomly I have drawn this. Got it? So this is supposed to be kind of motion direction, motional direction, means random direction, and in every collision it will consume or it will lose the kinetic energy. The kinetic energy of electron will lose in every collision. The same statement I will write for this, so I am explaining the all things orally. So the kinetic energy in every collision will lose by this of this electron, and when the kinetic energy is lost, K is equal to 0, it means that electron will come to rest, and again the electron will move with some acceleration by or under the influence of external electric field, means that the external electric field supplies some external energy to that electron, so that it will get an acceleration and start moving with collision to the next atom or ions present in their path. Again the same process will repeat continuously till the electron will reach from the negative terminal to positive terminal of the conductor. Got it? So in this journey the path of electron will not a straight path, it will follow the zigzag type of motion, you can see here. Got it? And here we have some terms, mean free path, means mean free path of electron, if we want to say, we can say the path between the two successive, the path traveled by the electron between the two successive collision, and the time taken tau 1, which is called time elapsed. Tau 1 is called the time taken by the electron between the two successive collision. So after that, the average time taken by the average time taken by the electron to complete you can say the round from journey from the Y terminal to X terminal is called a relaxation time, which we will discuss later on. Got it? So first you have to understand how the motion of electron in the conductor, and under the influence of external electric field it will have some acceleration. In the absence of electric field it will not have any kind of acceleration, and in the absence of electric field we will start our statement so that we will reach to this statement to complete our derivation. So drift velocity or drift speed is our heading. So we can say in conductors, we are talking here about the solid conductors. If you have any doubt, you can write in solid conductors free electrons, which are valence electron, or you can say valence electron also, or in short electrons. Electrons are randomly in motion in all direction. In all direction means the electron are in motion randomly in all direction at room temperature. Room temperature, and the electron density means number of electron per unit volume, and electron density is very high, means high in conductor, which is near about 10 raised to the power 29 per meter cube, and with average and with thermal velocity, which is near about 10 raised to the power 5 meter per second. Got it? If u1, u2, u3 dot 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 un, supposed to be I am writing this in vector form, u1, u2, u3, un are the thermal velocities of the electrons in the conductor and as we know that they are moving randomly in all direction at room temperature, and as we know that having large electron density with the speed by which they are moving, so that as they are moving randomly in all direction because in the absence of electric field, and they have no definite direction, so that the average thermal velocity is 0, means that the electrons will move randomly in all direction due to thermal agitation. We can say the thermal velocity u1, u2, u3 dot 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 un over n is equal to 0. This is under the this is in the absence of external electric field. So the average thermal velocity is 0. So kindly remember this point. So here the average thermal velocity is 0. But on applying electric field between the terminal of conductor. Now here I am applying the electric field between the terminal of conductor. So let us consider the electric field is E, and when we have applied the potential difference between their terminal, so that potential difference is noted by V, and if I suppose the length of the conductor is L, so we can say E is equal to, in magnitude I am writing, E is equals to V upon L. Electric field is equals to V upon L. You can write like this. V is your external electric field, V is your electric potential difference and E is your electric field. So that's why you can write this formula like this. And on applying the external electric field, we know very well the electron, means the current carriers in short, will move in a definite direction. Initially they are not moving in definite direction, because in thermal agitation, or you can say at room temperature, they are free to move in all direction, means they are moving randomly in all directions, so that the algebraic sum of the all velocity I am taking here. Why? Because it contains direction also. So the velocity, the algebraic sum of velocity will be 0. So we can write the average formula of this will be also 0. So after applying the external electric field, we will see here the electron will move with some acceleration A and having kinetic energy Ke provided by some external electric field. So after applying the electric field, under the influence of electric field, you can say, we will continue the definition here, statement here. So E is equal to V upon L, and the electron will move by the acceleration supposed to be A under the influence of electric field E. Very well we know that. So therefore the electrostatic force, which is F, is equal to QE. Here the Q is for electron, which is equals to negative of E, so it will is equal to negative of E. F is equals to EE. Got it? Now from this calculation we can easily calculate the value of acceleration A, as we have mass of electron m supposed to be, A is acceleration, it is equals to EE, so A is equals to negative E over m. If you are writing the direction magnitude only, so we can say A is equals to EE by m only. Got it? So this is your formula number 2. We will substitute this acceleration in our upcoming derivation. Now here, on applying the electric field, as we know that the electron will move from the negative terminal to positive terminal with some acceleration, and when the electron is moving from Y to X terminal, that time what happens, student? The electron will collide with the other atoms and ion present in their path and will lose their kinetic energy, by which it is moving from the negative plate to positive terminal or positive plate and come to rest. After that it will gain again the acceleration or the energy, you can say, from the external electric field and start their motion toward the positive plate. And this process repeat continuously, stop, after a collision it will stop, it will gain the external, it will gain the acceleration through the external electric field, and again. So at different type of collision, we will see at different collision it will have a new kind of velocity along with this thermal velocity which is initially present. So I am writing this one. The electron will move with acceleration a, this one, and strike or collide, and kinetic energy means Ke, and kinetic energy K, suppose. On colliding or on collision with other atoms or ions, as I have discussed here, the density is very high, ions in their path, it will lose its kinetic energy, got it, and come to rest, or you can say and stop, the motion is stop and stop. It again gain an acceleration and energy by external electric field, and starts its motion with a new velocity in addition with, we can say, in addition with thermal velocity. Okay, with drifted motion, the motion is right now drifted. Let the new velocity which is here is v1. If v1, v2, v3 in vector form vn be the velocity, new velocity which is called drift velocity, new velocity of electrons. So v1 can written as u1 plus a acceleration, and tau 1 is the time elapsed, or you can say the time taken between two successive collision by first electron. Similarly, v2 is equals to u2 plus a tau 2, v3 u3 plus a tau 3, and so on. Vn is equal to un plus a tau n. Got it? Now after that, therefore we are talking here about the average velocity. Okay, so the definition of drift velocity I will write here. The definition of drift velocity we can write here also, or we can write in starting also. Drift velocity, as we have knew about the motion of electron which is drifted. So we can write here the average velocity, the average velocity of an electron, I am writing about electron, by which it is drifted from or drifted toward the positive terminal under the influence of electric field, external electric field, is known as drift velocity. Got it, student? So this new velocity by which a single electron is moving after the mean of, or you can say the average of, the all velocities v1, v2, v3 up to vn is called drift velocity. So we can write here by the definition of drift velocity, it is the average velocity, so denoted by Vd symbol. So Vd is equals to average of this up to Vn over n. You can use arrow symbol because it is a vector quantity, velocity we are talking. In place of V1 you will write the all things, so I can write this one u1, u2, u3 up to un over n plus a of tau 1 plus tau 2 plus tau 3 dot 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 tau n over n. Tau 1, tau 2, tau 3, tau n are the successive times, means the time taken by the electrons, first electron, second electron, third electron, and up to n electron between the two successive collision. So as we know that from the given information it is equal to 0 because the average thermal velocity in a conductor is 0. Got it? And a is our acceleration, it is represented by vector symbol. So here a with vector symbol, and tau 1, tau 2, tau 3 is supposed to be, it is denoted by tau, which is called average relaxation time. Remember this point, average relaxation time. It is the time taken by, average time taken by the two successive collision, you can say. So it is noted by tau, and here we have the value of Pd. Got it? So in magnitude term you can write this formula directly, Vd is equals to a tau. Got it, student? Now you can see, we will substitute the value of acceleration which we have found here in previous, a is equals to E by m. From the previous calculation we have found this value for an electron. So I will write the value of a from the previous equations. Got it? So see here, now see the drift velocity Vd is equals to a tau, and we know that a is equals to E by m in magnitude form. Vd is equals to E by m of tau. So we can write Vd is equals to E upon m of tau. So this is the formula for the drift velocity of an electron. You can see, if you will write here the negative symbol for electron, you will see the formula is this. Here the negative symbol, negative sign shows electron will, or you can say electron drifted opposite to the direction of direction of electric field. You can see electron is drifted opposite to the direction of electric field E. Got it? So this is the derivation for the drift velocity of an electron. If we are writing here the drift velocity for any charge, suppose for any charge, if you want to write the formula for any charge q, so we will write here Vd is equals to QE over m of tau, means that for any charge carrier supposed to be q, so we will use this formula like this. Got it, student? So this is the formula which is in front of you. So after that we will talk here about the mobility. The next definition is mobility. So for that, pause the video and note down. Now the next heading is mobility. So mobility means that we are talking about the motion of charge carriers. So mobility of charge carriers is responsible for the current. Mobility of charge carrier is responsible for the current, and it is defined as the ratio of the magnitude of drift velocity per unit electric field. Got it, friend? It is denoted by mu. Symbol for it is noted by mu Vd over E, and its other formula is, since we know that Vd is equals to E over m of tau, by the previous relation we can write mu is equals to E over m of tau upon E. So from this relation E upon m of E of tau, E to E cancel, we can write mu is equals to E tau over m. This is for electron. For any charge, if you want to write, it is equals to, in place of E I will write Q tau over m. This is your mobility formula. And if you want to write the SI unit for it, see, the SI unit of Vd is meter per second, and the SI unit for E is equals to P over L, means that you can write volt per meter. So by this adjustment we can see here meter square per volt second. Got it? So this is its SI unit, and the dimension formula you will calculate in your homework. Dimension formula you will get in your homework. Okay, so after that we will talk here about the next topic, which is the relation between the electric current and the drift velocity in the given conductor. When the electric charge carriers, means the electron will flow from negative to positive terminal, then what is the relationship between the electric current and the drift velocity? I is equals to NAVD we will calculate. So for that, pause the video and note down. So dear student, after the discussion about the drift velocity derivation and the mobility. Here we will talk about the next heading, which is relation between, means we will drive a formula in which we will give a relation between electric current and drift velocity. Means here we will prove a famous relation, I is equals to NEA VD. Got it? And one more other relation in the term after substitution the value of VD. So we will prove later on. So see, first when we are talking about the relation, I am drawing once again the same diagram which I have drawn. It is our conductor, in which this is our negative plate and this one is our positive plate or terminal, and on applying the electric field having some potential difference, supposed to be this, the electron is moving from negative to positive and the direction of electric field is from positive to negative. This is our x, and y, A is its cross section area, both have same cross section area, and LB its length. Got it? So this is a conductor, means that here I am drawing this wire form in thick way, it is called conductor. It is our conductor. So we are finding the value of electric current in the term of drift velocity, means we will give a relationship between I and VD. Got it? So for this, from the given diagram, I am writing directly here. From the given diagram, we know the concept of drifted motion of electron very well from the previous derivation. So from the given diagram, if A be the cross section area, be the cross section area of the conductor, and small l be its length. Clear, student? Therefore volume of conductor, what is the volume of conductor? V is equals to area into length, we know very well. And if small n be the number density of electron, it means that number of electron per unit volume, if it is suppose. So that time, if we want to say the total volume of electron, therefore total number of electrons, how it is, how we will calculate? Total number of electrons supposed to be n is equal to small n into the volume, means that n into AL. Got it, student? This is the total number of electrons. And after this, as we are seeing here, the electron is moving from the negative terminal to positive terminal. So by the law of quantization, if suppose the total number of electrons are capital N in here, so that time the total charge of this conductor, because we are calculating the charge Q, so therefore by law of quantization, total charge of the conductor, it is equals to Q is equal to Nb, the total number of electron, and E is the what? E is the charge on one electron. By this formula, Q is equals to Ne. In magnitude I will take Ne only. Here N, total number of electron, I am writing this thing by small n, capital N. So clear, student? So here we are writing Q is equals to, in place of N I will write the things N A into L of E. Clear? This is the value of total charge. Got it? Now we are calculating here, as initially I am talking. First I want to talk, we are calculating current. Current is simple formula Q upon T. Got it? Q we have here, but if we want to know about the time, how we will calculate the time? Time is T. T is the time taken by the electron to reach from the Y terminal to X terminal, means to cover the distance L with their drift velocity Vd. Got it? So here we will use, if small t is the time taken to cover distance L by drift velocity Vd. So that time we will write, therefore T is equals to L upon distance upon speed. Got it? This is your equation number second, first you can say. Okay, so this is your time T, or if you want to write, this is your first equation, this one is your second. Now you can use the formula of electric current very simply. You will get the answer. Therefore the electric current will be, therefore the electric current I is equals to Q upon T. Therefore I is equals to Q upon T. In place of Q I will write the all values, and into AL of E, and in place of T L upon Vd. L upon Vd. So L to L cancel, so we will get NEA Vd. So this is the relation of the electric current, between the electric current and drift velocity. Got it? This is our relation, we can say. And on other hand, this is our relation. The other hand, we can write this relation in term of tau, since we know that Vd is equals to EEM of tau. We know very well Vd is equals to EEM, EE over M into tau. So therefore we can write this relation in another way. Therefore the formation of relation will important for your numerical portion. NEA in term of Vd EE upon M of tau. So which values cancel out? Is there any? No. So I is equals to, this one is the value N E of E square A E tau over M. Got it? So this is one more relation for you. So dear student, thanks for watching this video.